What's up, my peoples? This your boy Rephlektion, man. Y'all know how we get down. We got another interview in the building. Mr. RAS. I've been trying to get in touch with this cat for a minute. You know what I'm saying? He's a busy man for God, so I can't even fault that, man. You know what I'm saying? One of the first guys that actually submitted his music to GOAT Radio. You know what I'm saying? It said use it whichever way you want to. So, man, I gotta say thank you for that. I'm definitely excited about getting the opportunity to sit down with you, man. Talk about, you know, you, yourself, your ministry, you know, your goals, the whole nine, man. So let's get into it, man. This RAS. Tell the people a little bit about you, man.
What's going on, world? It's your boy RAS, man, aka Lil Rascal, second generation, still running. You know, you don't get tired when you do it for the Lord, man. Shouts out to GOAT TV. Like he said, man, when he reached out to me, I'm always looking for ways to get the gospel out, man. And when God called me in to do what I do, you know, I didn't know that it was a world out here that needed it like they did and would receive it like he wanted us to give it, man. To me, Christian hip-hop has always been an evangelistic tool, man. And for that sake, you know, I never was one to keep my music in the four walls of the church, man. You know, me and my boy Wino used to run back in the days, man, and you know, a lot of our music was jagged. We dropped a CD, Good News Bad Boy, man. We got all kinds of reviews because it was jagged, and we had cats like Hawk, rest in peace, man. He was on there. Papa Roo, Slim Thug was on there, Power Wild was on there. And of course you get the naysayers, you know, you got people that say, man, why y'all getting down with them? But really, man, that's what he called us into the game for, man. A lot of people don't know Power Wild was in the youth group. First time he met me. He wasn't even a rap artist at the time. Slim Thug, the same thing. He met me when I was doing gangster rap, and then he saw the change I made. And to this day, it's respect, man. And, you know, you can get him in here. He talk about God just as hard as anybody. So, Holy Hip Hop has always been an evangelistic tool, man. And you know, GOAT TV, GOAT Radio, when they reached out to me, man, I saw that they was willing to take it to where it needed to be, man. So, boom, you know, that's one at heart. And like he say, man, anything I got that can be used for what our purpose is, that's what it is, man.
That's real talk, man. Real talk. I know you've been in the game for a minute, man. Let people know how long you've been around.
Oh man, this probably make my 13th year for us putting it down for the Lord. 15 years in music, period. You know, of course I used to listen to all the old stuff, man. You get addicted to it. Anybody who listens to rap for a while, you start trying it, and I realized I was pretty good at it, man. I used to like poetry when I was young. You know, before rap was around, you know, it was poetry time in school. Everybody be like, oh, falling asleep. I used to get excited, man. So when they started putting beats behind poetry, I thought that was the greatest thing, man. I never knew, been an artist all my life, you know, sculpting, potter wheels, drawing and all that, but I never knew I'd grow up to be a rap artist. And definitely didn't know that I'd grow up to be used by God in this game here, man. So I've been putting it down about 13 years for the Lord, man. Been all around the United States, man. Been invited to go outside the country, but just hadn't been led to do that yet, man. I want to, when I go, I don't want to feed the same thing or buy into a stereotype. You know, a lot of people overseas, they see hip-hop here and they want what they see. But I always felt like God, we ain't even broke the brick yet. You know, I think God got more. I believe we get to heaven, we're going to hear sounds that ain't never been heard before. Words, flows, melodies. So I'm cutting edge, and so, you know, had a lot of invitations to go outside the United States, but I haven't never took them. You know, still in the game though, man. Watching a lot of guys rise up in it, and man, it's just a beautiful sight. It's a beautiful sight, man. You know.
That's real, man. That's real. I know you've inspired a lot of people, like you said, that saw you before. Right. You know, when they see you now and see, you know, how dedicated you are to doing what you do. You say you've been in 15 years and 13 on this side. Right. You know, so it's better on this side, I'm assuming.
Right, of course, of course. And you know what, man? Something that might surprise people is that, you know, I'm from TG, Northside, man. And a lot of the dudes in the hood, they knew me from gangster rap, Lil Rascal. Yeah. And as I returned, man, and walked through the hood, I mean, they don't care. They just want to hear it, man. You know, sometimes when you come from certain places, man, especially from the hood or from places like the ghetto, man, you know, they ain't tripping on what we doing, man. You know, making that conversion and all that. At a point in time, man, you know, I used to love to be surrounded by brothers in the Lord when I went out places, man, because I thought, you know, I didn't know how they was going to receive me, man. But I feel love when I go through the hood, man. You know, they want to hear it. They need to hear it, matter of fact, man. And we were speaking earlier about this off the camera, you know, a lot of cats that's putting it down in normal hip-hop, and they hear us, man, you know, that helps shape them into what they want to be. Because I don't care what nobody tell you, man. The first time I started putting pen to a pad, I ain't know Jesus, man. But at the same time, I ain't want to come out as the most vulgar dude in the world. But in order to feel like I fit in the hip-hop, I started using curse words and all kinds of stuff like that. And it ain't feel good, man. Man ain't made to be vulgar and you know, rude and all that. But, you know, all that is just defense mechanism, man. Sometimes we feel insecurities and we want to result to being the hardest on the block, or we want to result to a thug mentality. Really, all that's just a big shell to cover up that little kid inside, man.
Yeah.
And when you get to know the Savior, when you get to know God, man, he set you free, man. He show you who you made to be, and you can be free at doing that, man. I'm sitting up here suited and booted. I ain't always like this, but we at radio stations, everybody hip hop out. I feel great to be here, man. You know, my boy Chill is here. I ain't seen him in a while, man, but you know, I'm comfortable in who I am in God, man. He made me who I am, and I'm just rejoicing in that. At the same time, I'm rejoicing seeing my brothers be the way they are. You know, some of them in here, they ain't saved. You know, we doing ciphers and they having to watch their words. That's okay, man. It ain't a soul out there God can't clean up, man. And in due time, that's what he do. You know. You
heard him after we finished the cipher, though. What'd he say? He said, man, I got to come with it.
He had to recap. My boy testimony.
What I'm talking about ain't nothing. Compared to what you boys just spit, you know what I'm saying? What I'm saying ain't nothing.
We come from the heart, man. We come from the heart, and the heart, through the course of a lifetime, man, you experience all kinds of wounds, man, all kinds of hurts. But it ain't nothing that can heal the heart, you know. You get a cut on your arm, you put some Neosporin, some Bengade on it, it heal up. When you get cuts in the heart, man, can't nothing heal that but the love of God, man. So, you know, just by us spitting in the cipher, when people watch it on Go TV, as well as the dudes who was here, you know, they getting healed in the heart, not even knowing it, man. You know, they leave here feeling free, you know. Yokes, bondage being broken. That's just by the word of God, man. That's why we do what we do, you know.
That's real, man. That's real. You said something earlier, man, that kind of that's jumping inside of me. You know, a man got up the defense mechanisms, and they do what they think they supposed to be doing, you know, by going out and cussing and doing all those things. And I'm like you, man. A lot of cats don't know because I do what I do now, you know, but I started, you know, in the rap game about, you know, 9 years ago myself. You know, but like I said, on the other side, you know, talking vulgarity and things I thought people wanted to hear. You know, but then God touched my life and I decided to do it for him. And do it for his glory at all costs, you know. But
myself, man, I made 3 metamorphoses in the hip-hop business, and people may not know that, man. When I first started getting down, the South, it wasn't no scene out here. It was the Ghetto Boys, Scarface, and, you know, Rephlektion movement was coming, man. But I used to listen to a whole lot of East Coast stuff, man. And I used to like the wordplay they used to deal with, man. And so I kind of started out on the East Coast swing. But because I'm down here in the South, man, dudes wasn't really feeling that, man. So, you know, I went out, got more in touch with the streets, and then I started spitting it with a Southern flow. But again, I had that defense mechanism up, man. I thought I had to be a gangster. I thought I had to be a thug. I thought I had to fit in with the surroundings, man. And that was my second metamorphosis. You know, I became that, man. I was a dude on the block, man. I was the dude with the nice whips, and I entered into the rap game, man. I had the D-boys behind me, backing me. And right in the middle of that, man, that's when God snatched me out. Metamorphosis 3, man. He say, I like what you're doing, but I just want you to do it for me. And people say, man, how you start rapping gospel, man? God just called me, man. And God just called me. It wasn't nothing I decided on my own. And through my own ability, I couldn't do it, man. People ask me, man, how you write gospel rap or holy hip-hop? You have to get it in your heart, man. You spit what's in your heart, man. If you sit up and watch BET all day, you just gonna regurgitate what you hear. If you walk the block and you see the fiends, you see the prostitutes, you see the pimps, then you just that get in your heart, you gonna spit that. But you get the word in your heart, man, that's gonna start coming out of you, man. And we see that every day in hip-hop. With your Kanye West's, Jesus Walk, you know, these dudes, man, it's in their heart. it's coming out, man, and I think we should embrace that, you know. A lot of times people may say, man, how can he make a song about Jesus walked in and curse you out? But to me, that's a great start. You know, the seed, it gets watered, and all of a sudden it take over. They talk about that in the Bible, the parable about the mustard seed, man.